Big warm welcome to our associates that are dialing in from all over the world, but in particular to our brand new guests that are maybe hearing this information for the very first time. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Ireland. I now live in Dallas, Texas with my beautiful wife, Tanya, and our two little leprechaunettes, as I like to call them, as well as the puppy, Evie. As far as this presentation is concerned, what's really important to know is I've been associated with this remarkable technology for over 12 years, and it has been an absolutely remarkable journey. Now, what we're going to do on this call, we've got a lot to get through. We're going to unwrap this huge breakthrough, what makes this the most profound health technology in the world today. And then we're going to take a closer look at who ASEA is and the tremendous opportunity that has been created for all of us. So let's start with the ASEA breakthrough. Now, this is one of the most significant health science breakthroughs of our lifetime. ASEA Redox represents a new category in health science, a technology that is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. In fact, for 2 decades, science said what is inside this beautiful blue bottle could not exist outside the human body. And I'm going to explain all of that. I always think a good place to get started is to get clear on what ASEA is not. It is not a vitamin. It's not a mineral. It's not an antioxidant. It's not an exotic juice. It's not an essential oil. It's not a CBD oil. This technology goes beyond nutrition and ingredients. And yet it can impact your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever come close to achieving. For many people, ASEA Redox represents the missing link to better health and vitality. So what is ASEA Redox? It is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement. Now let's split this into two, redox and signaling. Redox biochemistry, redox signaling, very, very fast growing area of science. There's over 1,200 books written on redox. The latest one here, Redox Matters by Dr. Lee Osler. You can get that at redoxmatters.com. Amazing book on this whole subject of redox biochemistry. There are thousands of studies published on redox. There are international conferences being held on redox, bringing some of the smartest minds in the world together. There are universities getting multi-million-dollar grants to study redox. One of my favorite things to point out is societies that used to associate themselves with antioxidants and free radicals, they're changing their name to now reflect this new emerging science of redox biology. It's like going away from old black and white television to 4K ultra definition full color. Okay, guys, there is a movement going on in the health and wellness world, and it is towards redox. Why? Because redox signaling and redox signaling molecules impact every major body and system and function. Your inflammatory system, your cardiovascular system, your digestive system, your reproductive system, your cardiovascular system, your immune system, all of your systems, all of your organs in your body. Okay, this redox biochemistry has a huge role to play at a foundational level. Now let's talk about signaling. Your body is the most complex communication network that exists, okay? Every second of every day, your body is signaling and communicating critical messages for your health and vitality. Any breakdown in this signaling, and you cannot be healthy. It's a very simple equation, okay? Let me put it as simply as I can. If your cells can't signal, then little else matters. Now, here's my favorite example. Your home's on fire. You call the fire department. Now they're there with the big red truck, the firefighters, the fire hose, everything they need to put out this fire. But what if you have a bad cell signal? They don't get the message and your home goes up in flames. So the technology that we're talking about, or let me say it like this, the old things that we used to talk about, the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, etc., they're all dealing with the fire truck, and that's great. But what about the cell signal? This missing link. ASEA Redox is the only product available today to harness the power of redox signaling molecules to amplify and clarify this critical cell signaling process. And redox signaling molecules, guys, these are molecules that are made in your cells. You're making them right now. Okay, you can survive about 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 seconds without these molecules. They are absolutely critical to your survival and function. And you're making them. As your cells produce energy, they spin out these molecules. And so these molecules are native to your body. Now, that's totally different from all natural. A blueberry is all natural, but your body isn't making blueberries. Your body is making these molecules. And these are the molecules that are so key in protecting, detecting, repairing, and replacing damaged cells. That's the basic cycle of cellular rejuvenation and renewal. So if our cells are making these molecules, why are we getting so excited talking about them on this presentation? Well, there's a challenge. Age. For every 10 years we're around, we make about 10% less of these molecules. Then you add stress and toxic living and all of these things. And so as we make less molecules, our cells don't signal and communicate like they used to. Things don't work like they used to. So now common sense should kick in. You go, well, let's take a supplement. We've been taking supplements, vitamin supplements for 100 years, antioxidant supplements for 40 years. Let's take a redox signaling supplement. Remember I said for 2 decades, science said this technology was impossible. I want to explain why so you can fully comprehend and appreciate the massive breakthrough and why it is so huge. These molecules are like little sparks in your cells, okay? Imagine I get 2 pieces of flint rock, knock them together, make a little spark. How do I capture that spark in a glass and bring it to the barbecue at the weekend to light, or the party at the weekend to light the barbecue? I can't. It's a spark. It's fleeting. It's gone, okay? Same thing with these molecules. They're like little sparks of life in your cells. I like to call them fleeting angels. They do their good work and then they're gone. Okay. And so science said it was impossible to stabilize something so fleeting, so reactive outside the human body. It could not be done. So with that breakthrough, after 2 decades, millions of dollars, multiple patents, the scientists behind ASEA achieved the impossible. Read this with me. They created and stabilized redox signaling molecules outside of the body in perfect balance as they are found in healthy cells. Now, what this means is for the first time ever, we can refuel, replenish, restore our cells with more of these powerful molecules, okay? And we can help our body move towards health and vitality. Let me put it again, very simply. Your body will work a whole lot better with more redox signaling molecules than less. Okay, and this is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement. Now, I don't want to get lost in the science. I don't think anyone came here for a biochemistry lecture, but I do need to address the pink elephant in the room. A lot of times when people pick up a bottle of ASEA, they do what most people do, flip it around, and they want to see, well, what are the magical ingredients? What's all the fuss about? Is it noni fruit? Is it Irish moss? Is it red algae extract? Is it spirulina? Goji berries? I mean, what is it in here? Is there CBD in this? You know, what is it that's allowing people to have these amazing results? And if you think like that in terms of nutrition and ingredients, you're going to be a little disappointed because the ingredients are salt and water. Now, let me explain. Remember I said your cells were little bags of salt water. You're making these molecules right now out of salt water in your body. The atomic building blocks for redox signaling molecules are sodium, chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen. You can't make them out of flour, eggs, and sugar. You can't make them out of blueberries and strawberries. You can only make them out of sodium, chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen, salt water. And so we take these very basic but very important ingredients, we pass it through a very complex, heavily patented process, and we create ASEA. Now, ASEA is not a bottle of salt water. It is a bottle of trillions of redox signaling molecules that we have made from salt and water. Very big difference. This science is so complex, and this technology, again, so advanced, it took us another 5 years to go from the drink to the topical gel Renew 28. So here we now have one very powerful redox signaling technology, 2 delivery systems, Renew Advanced, ASEA Redox, cellular health from the inside, our drink, and Renew 28, cellular health from the outside, our topical gel. And it's validated by independent science. We protect this science with patents as well as trade secrets. Most people don't know maybe that Coca-Cola, for example, is a secret recipe. It's not patented. And so if you really want to protect what you're doing, trade secrets and patents working together work best. We test batches of both of our products with BioAgilytix, one of the top independent testing labs in the country, okay? And they certify and verify that these are redox signaling technologies. These aren't saltwater products. These are redox signaling technologies. We took Renew 28 to one of the top independent dermatological institutes in Europe, Dermatest. They gave us their 5-star seal of excellence for 2 reasons. Number one, very clean, very pure, non-toxic, very, very safe product. Number 2, very effective. In a 4-week study, we saw all of the improvements you would want to see. Improvements in the skin's elasticity, reduction in wrinkle depth, improvement in tone, texture. All of these were 20% or more improvements in only 4 weeks. Another study done with Stevens & Associates, actually based here in Dallas, we saw a 16% improvement in skin cell renewal. And this is really exciting. Your skin cells renew themselves every 28 days when you're young, healthy, with plenty of signaling. But as you get older and there's a breakdown in signaling, that 28 days turns to 30, 40, 50, 60. It can go as long as 90 days. Now you're seeing the wrinkling, the crinkling, and the sagging and the bagging, okay? What we saw here is only 4 weeks, we could bring the skin cell renewal rates back 16% closer to where they were when you were younger. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, guys, that is age reversal at the cellular level. You know, most cosmetic products are putting a coat of paint on a crumbling wall. We're actually getting to the root cause as to why the wall is crumbling. We're fixing the wall, not just putting some paint on it, okay? Very, very exciting science. Then athletes, there's a whole athletic component to this technology. We noticed our athletes were running further, faster, longer, harder, better endurance, better recovery. We wanted to know why. So we got some mice. We gave some mice ASEA. The mice on ASEA ran 29% further to exhaustion. Mice don't run 29% further for nothing. Something's going on. We wanted to find out what. And on further study, we discovered there were significant metabolic shifts in the mice, about a 30% shift away from using sugars as fuel into burning fat as fuel, okay? And if you're interested in high performance, fat is a much better fuel. It's like putting high-grade fuel in your car. You're going to get better acceleration. It's going to keep the engine clean. You're going to get more miles to the gallon. Same thing when you can burn fat as an athlete. And of course, if you're looking to get into a smaller pant size or dress size, hey, drink ASEA 30 minutes before you go do your cardio workout. Help your body make that metabolic shift into fat burning mode. And then to crown it off, Torre Labs. And this is a very reputable company. They do a lot of the genetic testing for companies like Ancestry.com, I'm sure you've heard of. And we did an 8-week study with them. We knew that this was a cell signaling technology, but we wanted to know, could it signal at the profound depths of the genetic level? And the answer was a resounding yes. In this 8-week study, we saw that we were able to increase 5 very important gene signaling pathways by up to 31%, not 1 or 2%, 31%. And these positively impact, they directly correlate with 5 areas of health: the immune system, the inflammatory response, cardiovascular health, digestive health, and hormone balance. Now, I've done presentations like this all over the world in 4 different continents. And sometimes if there's a big room full of 100, 200 people, I might say, hey, everybody, please stand up. If you or somebody you love has an immune challenge, please sit down. If you or somebody you love has an inflammatory response challenge, please sit down. By that point, almost the entire room is sitting down. By the time I get through, if you or somebody you love has a cardiovascular, digestion, or hormone challenge, please sit down. There's nobody left standing. I want you to understand how huge these 5 areas of health are, and that we are impacting them beyond the cellular level at the genetic level, not 1 or 2%, but up to 31%. Guys, it's game over. This is the most significant health science breakthrough that exists today. This is why people are feeling better. This is why we call it the missing link to better health and vitality. This is why athletes are performing better, from Olympic gold medal swimmers to triathletes and Ironman. This is why people begin to look younger. Skin challenges begin to clear up. Age spots, wrinkles, stretch marks, cellulite, all the other signs of aging. The same technology, 2 delivery systems impacting so many people at so many different ways. That is the power of redox signaling. In fact, we even find with our gel, if you rub it on something that hurts, your neck, your elbow, your wrist, whatever, lower back, neck, you rub this gel on 3 times in 5 minutes. There's nothing magical about that number. We just find that's what works best for most people. 3 applications in 5 minutes. Almost 100% of people notice significant reduction, if not complete reduction, in their discomfort levels. It's absolutely amazing. Here's a couple more photos. This is a gentleman up in Michigan, day 0 to day 22. This is just using the gel. Now, he had some challenges going on. He was out of work for over a year, got started using the gel, saw the transformation in the mirror, and then was encouraged to start drinking ASEA Redox. And within another few weeks, he's actually back to work again for the first time in over a year. Not just getting his health back, but also his financial dignity. And here's Rosie. If this is not age reversal, I don't know what is. Here's Rosie, age 84 on the left, going to age 87 on the right, using Renew 28 and ASEA Redox. Cellular health, inside out and outside in. You know, the way I like to think about ASEA Redox as, you know, the most important part of a home or house is the foundation. And I think of the nutritional world like the building blocks that we need for this home. You know, you need the calcium for your bones and the magnesium and the zinc and strontium as the secondary minerals to help the calcium. You need these building blocks just like you need the materials for the home. But I see ASEA Redox as the foundation that home sits on. And if the foundation's not right, nothing else is right. And so if you think of this beautiful foundation of redox, on top of this sits nutrition, sits positive mental attitude, sits exercise, sits healthy diet, sits positive mental, emotional states. I mean, all of these really important pillars of health, they're all important, but I'm telling you guys, the foundation is this signaling that goes on in the body. Very, very important. So hopefully after this, you really do grasp that this is a breakthrough. We're not exaggerating. We're not just trying to put spin on this. This is the most significant health science breakthrough that we will probably see in our lifetime.